Hello ladies and gentlemen, I am the Grand Cat, and today we are live streaming the last hour of PCC. It is Andrade versus Carmelo Hayes. Anne Readings says hi. Hello Anne Readings. You are the first one to join the stream. There will be a free giveaway at the end, but you also have an hour to join my team, and if you do, you will get yourself a SummerSlam 24 American Nightmare Cody Rhodes. James says, hello, Grand Cat. Yes, hello, James. How are you doing? We are currently ranked 1,517. We have been doing this entirely for free. There is no credits being spent on this at all. I have, just over the past 4 days, been monotonously grinding through this. And I haven't lost a single game. Well, I haven't lost a single match. I lost one game, and it was a speed match for Nia Jax. And that was the only one that I've ever lost. John the Schmucker says, what is the free giveaway? It will be a paid subscription service to the Grand Cat YouTube channel, which will unlock more than 100 videos that are exclusive to paid memberships. And we will be giving away 5 of those at the end of this. That was the brand new Liv Morgan SE ticket that you just saw there. That's the first one I've seen of it. Which implies that the CM Punk thing finished. Oh, did it? The True Hulkster says the link hath been shared. And happy birthday to the Baron as well. It is the Baron's birthday today. Okay, no, you can still get the CM Punk things for the next 22 hours. The True Hulkster says, thank you to you. Paul James says, hi, the Grand Cat is me, Skull Crusher. Hello, Skull Crusher, and welcome to the live stream. I am glad that you are all here in the live stream with me, because otherwise this would be very, very monotonous and very boring to sit here and just tap away. I did take Saturday off. Oh, it wasn't Nia Jax, it was Michin, they lost in speed. I did take the Saturday off because we were doing our stuff at KC and Karen Cosplay, of which we've got a wonderful little video for you guys that's going to be a little D&D session, although that'll be going up at some point near the end of September because of the schedule. But it is very, very cool. It's a little D&D championship that I put together. It's in 2 parts. I think you're all going to enjoy it. And this is literally all I've been doing. I have just been playing this, and I've been watching things in the background, various different things on YouTube and such. Also, let me know who you picked. Did you pick Andrade, or did you go for Carmelo Hayes? Are you happy with your choice? Are you regretting your choice? These are all things the Grand Cat would like to know. And reading says Team Andrade. I presume that means Andrade. I also went with Andrade. The reason I went with Andrade is a strange reason. It is because I think I have better images for Andrade than I do for Carmelo Hayes. All of Carmelo Hayes' images for all of his cards are all fairly generic. At least Andrade has a few of them where he is holding his mask, or he's wearing the mask in one particular double heroic one when he made his return. Also, I have You can see here, it'll tell you in just a second here, event ends in 49 minutes, but if we just let that scroll by, I have won 1,058 games, most of which have been rewards of 3 picks, and I have yet to see a Jesse the Body Ventura pulled at all, and apparently you can pull 5 of them off just the regular board, which I think is a load of crap. If anyone has pulled one, do let me know. And I don't mean if you've pulled one through the little things that you can pay money for. I mean, like, if you've just pulled one naturally off the board, I would like to know about it. James says, I chose Carmelo. Is there a reason you went for Carmelo? A Logan Paul. Earlier this morning, I watched the Impulsive podcast that had Hulk Hogan on it, and he had some rather interesting yet controversial things to say. Although one of the things is Hogan was saying that Logan Paul has the potential to be the next big guy, which I thought was pretty interesting for Hulk Hogan to endorse that. James says, to be honest, I don't know why. Wasn't going to play, but yeah. I see. I mean, again, unfortunately, regardless of how good a card we get from this PCC, it isn't going to make that much of a difference, in honesty, because in 2 weeks, we will be getting a brand new tier. In fact, it's less than 2 weeks now. It's a week and a half at this point. Next weekend's event will be a flash event. There will be 2 events back to back in the same weekend. And then the Wednesday after that will be the new tier. So, really, it isn't even a week and a half. It's more like 9 days. More like 8.5 days. Which is crazy. Personally, I think it's a bit early to have a new tier. I mean, we haven't even had a single female event card from SummerSlam 24. We have had the Battle Pass Alexa Bliss, and we've got the PLE, Nia Jax, and Rhea Ripley. But that is literally all that we've had in terms of females for SummerSlam 24. It also means that there's a new tier. It means that there's going to be new campaign mode, and there'll be a new LE card to win at the end of it once again. Oh, there's the brand new Liv Morgan SE card, yes. That is also correct. That just started today. Also, once again, anyone that isn't in a team, or if you're in a team that isn't SummerSlam 24, and you won that SummerSlam 24 Cody Rhodes, all you have to do is click the description of this video. You'll find a link to my Discord server. then just in there, say, hi, I'm a fan of the Grand Cat and I would like to join your team. And if you manage to join, it'll be Soul World Order 2, you join, not Soul World Order 1, which is the one that I'm in. But if you do manage to join, then you are guaranteed to get that Cody Rhodes SummerSlam 24 card. And probably the card underneath it. And maybe even 2 cards underneath it. The goal that I'm trying to do here is to get into the top 1500. When I woke up this morning, I was almost at rank 3000, and I have been grinding away since the point that I woke up to get myself back up to that 1500 rank. But I think the reason that I'm able to do so well without spending any credits on this event is because no one else has spent credits on this event. And that's what I'm beginning to realise here. That a lot of people that would normally spend money are aware that there's going to be a new tier in less than a week and a half. And they're just like, well, I don't see the purpose of spending money. The only ways I'm getting point doublers are exactly like what you just saw there. And largely the majority of these Platinum plus things are not entirely great. I think I got one of them that was very lucky and I happened to record it for camera, which was incredible luck. It was 2 female SummerSlam 24 cards back to back. Arav M says, hey, the Grand Cat, do you know any tricks to get good offer walls here in India? Unfortunately, I do not. I don't think it's to do with location. I think it's to do with your phone. Because I've heard that people with Android phones, which I've got an Android phone, get significantly better offer walls than people who have iPhones. And I don't know why that would be, but it does seem to be a recurring thing that people have told me. Will Trammell says, hello, the Grand Cat. Hello, Will. How are you doing? Welcome to the stream. Spiky Mickey 33 says, hello, Sir ZGC. That stands for the Grand Cat. Hello, Spiky Mickey 33. Welcome. Spiky Mickey, of course, one of the previous winners of the free giveaway. That's why he has the green name and he has the little rank next to him. And he has access to over 100 special little videos. Will Trammell says it has to do with your device. Arav M says, okay, bro, thanks a lot. You're most welcome, Arav M, sorry, my goodness. I have lost the ability to focus after playing this for so long. Will Trammell says, if you use a PC or an Android phone, you can play games for thousands of credits, potentially hundreds of thousands. Spiky Mickey 33 says, appreciated also. Arav M says, but I have tried in iOS, Android, and emulator all. Oh, that's interesting. I don't think it has anything to do with location. I'm pretty sure that it has to do with the device that you're on. But if you think it has to do with location, you could try using a VPN. I am not sponsored by any VPNs, otherwise I would be seeing their names right here. So I shall not. If any VPNs out there want to sponsor Big Old's Grand Cat, you can do so. Send me an email. Send me an email with a link to money. I like preferably that I can click and money will just appear in my PayPal. That would be cool. I have no idea how that whole business works. Sponsorships and ads and things. I assume there's probably like a contract that you have to sign and things involved. World Travel says iOS offer was alright, but I prefer Android. RFM says, nah, my friend said he moved to Colombia and he got good offer rolls, so I was just curious. Ah, maybe it has to do with location then. If it helps, the big old Grand Cat is from Scotland, specifically in Glasgow. That is where I get my offer walls from. So, oh look, we're ranked 1500. Finally we have crawled our way back to 1500. Austin, it's either Austin Scratcher or Austin's Cratcher. I do not know, but he says I want in, and you shall be in. Whatever it says in is, I'm sure that we can allow you access. Adam M says, by the way, the Grand Cat, what are your views on the Live SE design? Honestly, I've not actually looked at it yet. I have been busy grinding away, but I will take a look at it the second that PCC ends. And once again, for anyone that wants to join my team, the minimum requirements to stay in the team is to get 10 shards. If you want to get yourself promoted on the Discord, then you need to get yourself 20 shards. And if you get any less than 10 shards, you will be leaving the team. But you'll be leaving the team with a free SummerSlam 24 Cody Rhodes. So it's entirely up to you whether you want to join the team or not. We have 37 minutes left, and we managed to scratch up one rank. We're now at 1,499 with that 5 points there. I suspect that the last hour is when most people will be grinding the game. I've noticed that with these kind of events, people tend to grind a lot at the beginning and at the end, and not an awful lot in between. Because there was a point when I was in the top at least 500 from largely playing casually. Team Battle ground ended. I wonder if they won. I hope they did. Let's quickly check. Yeah, we won. Very good. Congratulations, TBG2. I do have a can of Pepsi next to me, and my throat is getting a bit dry, so I may go ahead and open that in just a second. It is difficult to find a free second to do so. There we go, we will watch the super match. There's the super move there. Much better. Also, I watched AEW All Out, and it was not good. It was crap. I genuinely thought it was garbage. I would like to know if the Grand Cat Grand Fleet shares my opinion, or if you guys thought it was really good. I thought the opening match between MGF and Daniel Garcia was a decent match. I think it could have had a little bit more build up. And it seems that they're writing off MJF with a injured neck storyline. And that is because MJF is going to go and record a movie. So that's one of their top talent, one of their top stars that they are losing. The final match between Swerve Strickland and Hangman Adam Page was absolutely brutal. It was pretty crazy. And the reason for that is because Swerve Strickland is going off and he's taking a break as well. So they're losing another huge talent there. R of M says, which legend would you like to see in the next campaign? That's a very good question. Let's see. Who have we had? We've had Shawn Michaels, Stone Cold Steve Austin, Razor Ramon, Eddie Guerrero, Undertaker. What should be the next big legend? I wouldn't mind seeing the likes of some. Oh, we've also seen LE versions of Macho Man, even though that wasn't through campaign mode. So I don't think they would do Macho Man again either. I wouldn't mind seeing the likes of some of the Golden Era stars, even Hulk Hogan, although he is controversial. Oh, RVM says, I would like to see Trish or Lita. Yeah, we haven't had a female one. That's a good shout. That would be quite cool. RVM says Bella Twins would be great too. Oh, I did not understand anyone who enjoyed the Bella Twins. The True Hawk says Trips, Andre, or Ted DiBiase. Spiky Mikey 33 says Psycho Sid. Yeah, Psycho Sid would be a good one on the basis that he just passed away. That would be an excellent way to honour his memory. Andre is a very good shout. I would not mind an Andre. You know, we've had Stone Cold. We could have a Rock. Even though the Rock is like still technically sort of around, kind of. He is also like a kind of legend in the industry. Triple H is one that I would really enjoy. I think it's no secret that Triple H is arguably my favourite wrestler of all time. I think overall, in terms of character, he really is, like, whether he was a heel or a babyface, he was always huge. If he was a heel, you hated him. If he was a babyface, there wasn't anyone better. If you go back and you watch the Royal Rumble where he returned after tearing his quad, he's amazing in that. And not only that, but Triple H has been around for so long as well. R of M says, I wanted Sting, but his feud with Triple H and WWE, I don't think that's happening. I don't think it's more to do with her feud. I think it's more to do with the fact that Sting is currently still showing up around AEW, and they wouldn't really want to go promoting that. It's the same reason that you wouldn't get a Chris Jericho LE card, because he's over there in AEW. Is it too early for us to get an LE CM Punk card? That would be cool. Wouldn't mind that. RVM says, good point. I think anyone that has an association with AEW probably isn't. Although, Bret Hart is going to be showing up in Calgary tonight, on tonight's episode of Raw. So it could very well be a Bret Hart LE card that you get from campaign mode. Also, I wouldn't mind Irvin R. Shyster, the father of Bray Wyatt, Mr. IRS himself, getting an LE card, getting a bit of a rub, because he is a really, really good wrestler. Like, he was amazing in his day. He had a segment with Undertaker that was called Death and Taxes. And they would start off with with him saying that Benjamin Franklin had a saying. He said, "There's two things that you can guarantee in life: death and taxes. And well, he's dead, and you have to pay your taxes." Sergeant Slaughter would be a good one, actually. Sergeant Slaughter is someone that could deserve a little bit more love. There's certainly plenty of legends to go around. Big Boss Man. Big Boss Man had a storied career. All the way back from the golden era to being Vince McMahon's henchman. Spiky Mickey 33 says JYD, that stands for the Junkyard Dog. That's also a very good one. I also wouldn't mind. So this is an interesting one. Farouk, also known as Ron Simmons. He is largely in WWE just known as the tag team partner to Bradshaw as part of the Acolytes, or the APA, the Acolyte Protection Agency. But he was the first ever WCW, well, not just WCW, but just world champion in wrestling in general of his native colour, of his race, and that is a really, really huge thing in wrestling history that gets overlooked, unfortunately, and you know it really shouldn't be. He should be one of the. Did I lose a match there? I just realised I was 2-1. But he should really be like, you know, a centerfold in the Hall of Fame rather than just being a backstage talent that just goes damn. Speaking of 83, he does say damn there. Yeah, that is his well-known catchphrase. But yeah, him and you know, I also wouldn't mind if we got an LE manager. See if we got like an LE Paul Bearer, or maybe even Jimmy Hart or Miss Elizabeth. Like, that would be very cool. RFM says Bruno. Yes, Bruno Sammartino. Essentially the person who started that. True Hulk says the Sarge, but it's his G.I. Joe artwork. They could do the same with Haku since his sons are now in WWE. Yeah, that's actually quite true. There's a lot more spotlight on the Samoan dynasty. So the likes of Haku or Rikishi or even Afa and Sika, the Wild Samoans. Spiky Mike 33 says, still want to see LOD in the game. That's the Legion of Doom. That's a very good point. We haven't got Legion of Doom. We haven't got Demolition. We don't have Axe or Smash or Crush. And those are some pretty big names that are missing from the WWE Supercard roster. I wonder if there's a reason that we don't have them. Because surely you would think that's, you know, like being such major legends in the tag team industry that you'd have seen them. I mean, we've got Earthquake, we've got Typhoon, we've got the likes of them. But yeah, no, we don't have a Legion of Doom. We've got the Dudleys, we've got the Hardys, we've got Edge and Christian. That is crazy. Spiky Mickey 33 says, I'd love to see Hawk and Animal. Well... That is Hawk's well-known catchphrase. Literally, watch any interview with Legion of Doom, and after Mean Gene Okerlund stops talking and he gives the microphone to the Legion of Doom, it's almost always Hawk that jumps in with, well. Nice. Spiky Mickey. Spiky Mickey 33 also says, what a rush. Give him my best LOD impression. Actually, you know what I wouldn't mind? See if we got Vader, but if we got him wearing the... What was it called? The mammoth mask? Oh, what was it called? Something to do with woolly mammoth. The big headpiece. It was his name. Mastodon. Thank you, true Hulkster. Yes, the Mastodon helmet. That would be very, very cool. If anyone doesn't know what the Mastodon helmet is, you might know it from the W2K games, where in recent games, when Vader would come out, he would come out with this big helmet on, then he would take it off, then you'd get really hyped about it, there'd be steam that would come off of it, and it's a really, really cool look. An interesting note is when Vader was on the independent scene after he'd left WCW, and possibly before he re-signed to WWE, maybe after, but he was booked as the Mastodon in an indie promotion, and he came down to the ring, with the Mastodon helmet on and everything, and he took it off, and the promoter said, no, what are you doing? No, you wrestle with it on. He's like, I can't wrestle with this thing on. Like, the thing weighs, 75 pounds, it's like, how am I supposed to, wrestle while, carrying that thing around? And he's like, I don't know, find a way. He's like, alright. And had to wrestle this really, really bad match that thankfully I don't think was televised. But he did do one match wearing the entire gimmick, which is crazy. Looks like we have about 23 minutes left of this event. Honestly, I will be very happy to see the end of this event. I am largely sick and tired of PCC, sitting here tapping away like this. We're now at rank 1,475, so we are 25 higher than what my goal was, so that is good. We are most certainly getting up there. And do remember, if you want to join my team, if you want to get the guaranteed SummerSlam 24 Cody Rhodes, all you need to do is click the description of this video, click the link to my Discord channel, and from there just go in and say, hi, I'm a fan of the Grand Cat and I would like to join your team. And so long as you get in within the next 20 minutes, you will get yourself that guaranteed Cody Rhodes. I was just thinking there, does Hulk Hogan have an LE card? Somewhere in the back of my mind thinks that maybe he did get one, and I've just entirely forgotten. I have a fun idea for how we can spend 20 minutes. How about the chat? It gives me wrestling questions, and I will try to answer them on stream. You can either give me questions like actual proper quiz questions, see if I know the answer to them. Or you can give me questions such as who's your favourite this or who's your least favourite this. I will start off. My least favourite wrestler currently in the industry, in all of professional wrestling, not just WWE, is unquestionably Mercedes Moné. She is the worst. RFM says, who's your favourite? Favourite of all time? Probably Triple H. Favourite currently? That's a bit more difficult. Favourite currently? I think my favourite wrestler currently is kind of tied between three people, and that is Cody Rhodes, Drew McIntyre, and CM Punk. Because I think, pound for pound, those are the three best wrestlers in the world right now. There may be people like Will Ospreay and Okada that can do tremendous athletic prowess in the ring, but in terms of storytelling, in terms of star power, in terms of just the complete package, CM Punk, Drew McIntyre, Cody Rhodes. But if you're asking of all time, it does indeed have to be the King of Kings, the game, Triple H. Hunter Hearst Helmsley, Mr. John Paul Levesque himself, terrorizing. James says, favourite debut? Well, that's an interesting question. The one that immediately comes to mind when I think of debut is when Taz debuted in the WWE at Royal Rumble, which I believe was Royal Rumble 2000. And he came out and he choked out Kurt Angle when Kurt Angle was undefeated. And I remember I remember not knowing who Taz was before that, but seeing Taz and seeing the fan reaction to Taz was huge. I also think that Cody Rhodes jumping ship from AEW to WWE at WrestleMania was a really, really cool moment, although it had largely been spoiled. A lot of people saw it coming. I think CM Punk's return was a special moment, especially with how the likes of Seth Rollins and Randy Orton reacted to him showing up and basically showing up Randy Orton being a bigger draw. RFM says, nice choice. Mine's The Undertaker, the dead man, the phenom himself. Spiky Baker 33 says, the best water sprayer in the business. He most certainly is. No one can do it as good as him. Many people have tried. I am pretty sure that Triple H in his younger days ate a super soaker, because it's the only explanation as to how he manages to do that. It's not even just one water spray, he does it twice. And I don't know how he does it. I tried doing it when I was younger, and I got a reaction similar to Michael Cole, where you just end up spitting water all over yourself. I don't know how he does that actual spray. I'm open to any other questions. Oh, well, favourite debut, I did say Taz was the one that stuck out in my mind. Is there a better debut? I'm trying to think of great debuts. I mean, Kane stands up there as well, but I mean, when Kane came out, lots of people didn't know who he was. It was only if you're watching it at home, you heard Vince McMahon going, that's gotta be Kane, that's gotta be Kane, damn it. And people were like, who the hell is this guy? Coming out with a mask and ripping the cage door off of the Hell in a Cell. It's more the Undertaker's reaction to Kane that sells it, where Undertaker's like, oh my god, and then he does the tombstone to the Undertaker. The whole thing was meant to be like Kane was supposed to look like Jason Voorhees. That's what the idea of the mask and everything was. Yeah, I'm having problems thinking of a better debut. I'm sure there are. I mean, if you guys can let me know, if you guys can give me some ideas to pick from, I would certainly choose my best. James says, I've tried it so many times too growing up. Yeah, it's out of M says, me too. Yeah, if anyone knows how to do that water spray thing that Triple H does, let me know because I don't know how it's done. I would legitimately watch a YouTube video that's a tutorial on how to do that. Well, while we're waiting for someone else to come up with the question, I will ask you guys the question. Who do you think is currently the worst wrestler in wrestling at the moment? I think in terms of how much they're shown, how much they're spotlighted, and how bad they are on the microphone and in the ring, has to be Mercedes Moné for me. She is the worst storyteller. She is not good at wrestling. She doesn't get me to watch anything. She does that stupid CEO chat. God, it's freaking horrible. And no one joins in. You look at the crowd during her entrance, everyone is sitting on their hands. There's not a single person that is jumping up and doing it. I think Tony Khan is a mark. I think he liked the idea of Sasha Banks and he was willing to pay through the nose to get that, and that's not what he got. Instead, he got Mercedes moaning as opposed to Monet. RFM says, how do you like the AJ Styles debut? Yes. And the chant from the audience. AJ Styles debut is one of the coolest debuts. That's one of the most botched in history. And that is all thanks to... I can't even remember his name. Him that used to be in charge of production. Kevin Dunn. It's all thanks to Kevin Dunn. Because see if the camera had shown the Titantron and it comes up, I am phenomenal, and AJ Styles debuts in the Royal Rumble like that, it would have been huge. People would have been like, it went down as one of the best debuts in history. Instead, what we got was a big close up of Roman Reigns' face as he's like, "Duh, who's this coming out? I don't recognize this entrance music." Raw. And just like, Jesus Christ. I mean, it's not the fault of Roman Reigns. Like, Roman Reigns is just trying to sell it to the audience, you know? He doesn't know the camera's on him. He thinks the camera is watching the Titantron, as it should have been, because that's what the audience would have been watching, seeing that amazing Titantron that says, I am phenomenal, before it comes up AJ Styles, and then AJ Styles comes out and debuts, and people lost their mind when it happened. Actually, Chris Jericho had a really cool debut in WWE as well. It was leading up to the Millennium. Let me just take this first. 3729. It was coming up for the Millennium, and WWE had this countdown clock that was a countdown to the Millennium. It was late in 1999, and one of the episodes of Raw, it's instead of it being, ranked in, like hundreds, if not thousands of hours, it was down to like 1 hour 45 minutes. Like, that's how like Raw started, and people were like, "Whoa, hang on, it is not the Millennium." And during the Rock's promo, that's when you saw the countdown timer like go like from like 5 seconds down to 0, and then like the lights go off, and then the lights come on, the big explosion, and Jericho standing there with his back to the Rock with his arms outstretched on the Titantron, and that was a really, really cool debut. And also, like, for Chris Jericho to jump from WCW to WWE, and his first ever thing is with The Rock, the People's Champion, that was pretty huge. RFM says the Shield in SV Survivor Series, I presume, was good too. I'm trying to remember the Shield's debut. I remember they were CM Punk's bodyguards, and they did the Cerberus bomb, the triple power bomb, through a table to someone, and I remember the commentary team being like, "Who are these thugs? Who are these hooligans?" or whatever. Yeah, the man is here says, "Hello, Grandcat," but I can't actually remember who they debuted against or what the scenario was for the Shield to debut. For me, the Shield debut wasn't a memorable one. I mean, arguably the greatest team of all time. Some would be able to argue, and it would be very difficult to disprove that. There certainly are teams that have lasted longer. There have certainly been shorter reign teams that have maybe held more championships. But in terms of overall longevity and how much people remember, yeah, like this Shield has to be one of the biggest teams around. I mean, NWO is probably the biggest one, but it consisted of like 148 billion people, I think. Unholy Alliance is pretty cool. That's up there. Big Show and Undertaker. The Corporate Ministry is also huge. Huge, big team of people. Heart Foundation, they were pretty big. D-Generation X, also huge. Evolution, that's 2 Triple H things in a row. 4 Horsemen. Heart Business. Alpha Academy. Just because I saw Otis there. Stuff like the Hardys, Studleys, Edge and Christian and such. RFM says they attacked Ryback. Ah, okay, so it was the Ryback storyline. Yeah. I do remember Ryback being screwed out of a couple of things. True Hulk says it was Ryback, wasn't it? Yeah. Because I remember when everyone thought that Ryback was going to win the championship, because I think he was undefeated, and then it's whoever was the general manager, that really annoying person that no one really liked. He was the special guest referee inside of a Hell in a Cell, and he low blows Ryback, and then that leads to the pin, and everyone's like, "Oh, that's the way that the match is going to end. Oh, that's freaking terrible." I think it was all because they wanted to put the belt on John Cena, if memory serves correct. And the fans were like incredibly behind Ryback, who had got himself naturally over. And this was, of course, back in the Vince McMahon era, where it's like, "You're not getting yourself over, pal. You're only over if I say you're over." And it is hideous. The man's here says, "Guys, like the live stream, we're almost at 10 likes." Whoa. Almost up to 10 likes. M says, "Which is your favourite pay-per-view of all time?" Well, that's a hell of a question. Thank you, Arav. For a long time, I'd probably said it was between WrestleMania 15 and WrestleMania 17. Those both ended with Stone Cold versus The Rock, and huge pay-per-views in their time. WrestleMania 15 was in 99. WrestleMania 16 was called WrestleMania 2000, and it kind of sucked. But WrestleMania 17 really brought it back. That was Stone Cold versus Rock rematch. WrestleMania 19 was the third, and that was Stone Cold's last match. WrestleMania 18, I think, was Rock versus Hulk Hogan, where Stone Cold took on Scott Hall with Kevin Nash in his corner. The reason Kevin Nash was there was because if Scott Hall couldn't wrestle, then Kevin Nash would take his place. But I think my favourite WrestleMania of all time has now changed. after 25 years, and I would say that probably, I genuinely think the greatest pay-per-view in history is WrestleMania 40. The match between Roman Reigns and Cody alone is, is well worth the price of admission. I think WrestleMania 40. I mean, it could also be recency bias, but I think WrestleMania 40 could go down in history as the greatest pay-per-view in history. Florian WE says, hello, welcome. Hello. Welcome to the stream. James says, 1, favourite theme music, and 2, the worst theme music. Oh, well. Favourite theme music for me changes on occasion. Right now, I really like Bronson Reed's theme. He's war ready. He's battle tested. It's a really good theme. I'm prepared. I'm well rested. I'm war ready. I'm battle tested. Joe Hendry is a pretty good one. Say his name and he appears. I believe in Joe Hendry. I also really like CM Punk's Cult of Personality. Look in my eyes, what do you see? The cat of personality. I know your anger, I know your dreams. I'll tell you 1 and 1 make 3. Oh, I'm the cat of personality. So yeah, it changes between a few of them. Spiky Mickey 33 says that's the name of my team. What, cat of personality? Or is it I believe in the Grand Cat? That would be a hilarious team. Worst theme of all time is almost certainly, without question, because I can't think of anything that even competes with it, I think the worst theme of all time is Bree mode. Bree, 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 bree. Probably for singing that, I probably got like 15 people unsubscribing. Yeah, Brie Bella's theme was freaking horrible. Oh, we've only got 2 minutes left in PCC, guys. We're currently ranked 1,449. Spiky Mickey says COP, which stands for Cat of Personality. Not cult, cat. Because I am the cat of personality. I am the meow of the meowless. The man is here says, well, I am. If you're in the stream, lock the team ASAP. That stands for as soon as possible. Yes, that is correct. Team ring domination will be beginning in less than 2 minutes. I'm not even going to do these picks. I'm just going to jump out and try and jump back in as quickly as I can. And in the last minute, see how many matches we can actually get in here. Florian WE says, what is the giveaway, Grizzly Grand Cat? The giveaway is 5 paid gifted subscription memberships to his Grand Cat channel, which will give you access to very cool little... Here, let me show you one. Emojis. Such as that. It will also give you access to over 100 Grand Cat videos that are exclusive to paid memberships. So you will get to see all of them, all for free, when I give out 5 of these gifted memberships once PCC ends, which is in less than a minute. Oh, 2 seconds left. Come on, let me in, come on. No! So close. Okay, so there we go. We have finished. Let's see, what is the final? We got 1,101 wins, 0 losses, And we earned how many points? We earned 5,805 points. We are currently ranked 1,446. That rank will change over the next hour or half hour or so. I'm going to screenshot that. There we go. So that is what we got in the end. All done without paying for any point doublers. So if you see anyone that has like 10,000 points with 11,000 wins, or 1,100 wins even, they were certainly using point doublers, because that is 5,800 is probably about what you would get for 1,100 wins. So there we go. Finally, PCC is finished, and might I say, about damn time. That was atrocious. Florian WE says, wow, nice. The man is here says, no! And out of M says, GG's. That stands for good game, I think. It's either a good game, or if you are going by old terminology, it is get good. The man is here says, I didn't even bother with the event. Florian WE says, you deserve it. Why, thank you, Florian. That is pretty impressive. In 4 days to win 1,101 matches? That's a lot. That's a lot of effort. Hang on, let me just go back into this. Let's see how the team did, shall we? No, let's go into leaderboard and team. So it only shows you the number of points. It doesn't show you how many wins that you got. And it also shows you your score. So I am currently ranked 1,445. It changed from 1,446. Big Boss Man is ranked 5,031. Fat Boy is 508. There is a couple of us that didn't make it into the top 10,000. But, I mean, I don't blame them, because honestly, like, what would you really get? You get a card that's going to be decent for about a week, and then there's going to be a new tier that's just going to completely blow out of the water. You know, it's like, it's really off-putting. Future Royalty didn't even play. 0 points. It's just like, I'm just ignoring this event. Ioska managed to get rank 813. That's pretty high up there as well. James is 1,187. Burrito is 4,500. Isaiah is the only one with a heart next to him. Oh no, Fat Boy and Big Box Man have as well. Unfortunately, there's a limited number of people that you can actually like, otherwise I would have everyone in both of my teams all liked and favorited. Let's see here. Kingslayer got 3,715. Oh, K. Ralsei got 310. Wow, that is huge. 17,000 points. That's surely done with point doublers. But even with point doublers, I mean, if I used point doublers, I would have around about 11,000 points as opposed to 5,800. But K. Ralsei has managed to get 17,000 points. Yeah, that's pretty crazy. Wonder what the top rank is. 78,000 points. See there how rank number 2 doesn't have a name? That is suspicious to me. That makes me think that perhaps that was done by a bot, someone with some modding device of such. That just seems a little bit suspicious. Maybe it isn't, but certainly seems that way. RFM says, my teammate missed 10,000 by 71 ranks. Oh my goodness. See, that's what I would hate, to be the person that comes 10,001, where you just miss out on the event card. The man is here says, I think he did most without. The man is here says, that will trigger me. I mean, there certainly are people that use cheating devices in one way or another, whether it's a bot that plays the game for you, or whether it's modding or speeding or various different things, all of which are like, there's nothing illegal. There's nothing that would get you put in any kind of prison time or anything, right? So take that out of the factor entirely. But it's against the intended terms of the game. You know, if there was an intended way to speed up the game, the WWE Supercard would give you it, Cat Daddy would give you it. People that are using hacks for speeders and things like that, that is against the. It's sort of against the kind of honor system of the game. You know, it's like you can play chess, and if you like decide to take away your bishops and you just put an additional 2 queens, it's like, yeah, you'll probably win a lot of your games, but you know, if you're not playing fair, if you're not playing to the standards of the rules, why does it even matter? Florian WE says, but I wonder how they hack the game. It's there's if you search it, there's ways. I wouldn't recommend it. If you're caught, your account will be deleted. I have never done it before. I have zero interest in that. I have been playing since season 1, and I have no interest in even looking at any of that kind of stuff. But I do know that there are tremendous amounts of people that not only do it but gloat about it. There's other people that do it and keep it hidden, that they won't tell anyone that they do it, even though it can be quite obvious on sometimes. But it really just takes away from the people that put in the genuine effort to play the game, and that's what annoys me. You see there that Ring Domination says that it will start in 0 minutes and 0 seconds. So what we have to do here is we have to click out and then click back in, and that will give us it. Austin Palmer says, just ranked 2,346 with 4,345 points. Very good, very well done there, good sir. Rather than points, I like to see how many wins people get. That's more what impresses me, is the number of wins that people manage to get. The man is here says, it makes no sense why people cheat on a normal game. Like, why do they have to ruin the game by an unrealistic to come first? Yeah, an unrealistic score. I mean, some people do genuinely put in the effort to come first in these events, but there are certainly people that will be in the top 100 that are doing it disingenuinely. And it's a real shame, unfortunately. The man here says, sleep ruins it. Yeah. I mean, I have said this for a long time, that PvP events shouldn't be 4 days long. If they were 2 days long, people would have a much, much easier time with getting into those top ranks. Or even if it was like, see if it was like a 4-day event and each day was a different card, like, I would be much happier with that. Then I could look and see what cards it is that I want to grind for, what cards that I'm after, and then you've only got 24 hours, as opposed to, what is it? 96 hours is 4 days, which is a long time to go without sleep, and it will drive you crazy. And it did. It did drive me crazy. I was very, very sane. The opposite of sane, insane. My psychometer was through the roof. Austin Palmer says 827 wins and 1 loss. I don't know where the 1 loss came from. But very well done, 827 wins. I think we'll call that 828 games as opposed to 827 wins and 1 loss. Florian WE says, I don't do it either because I feel if I do it, the game doesn't have the fun like it has without cheating. Yeah, because once you start cheating, can you go back to not cheating? Like, can you go back to playing the game legitimately? I remember in my younger days when I used to play on various different games that sometimes I would play with cheat codes, and then when you try and play the game without the cheat codes, the game seems impossibly difficult, and you can't play the game without those cheat codes. And by the same process, WWE Supercard is not too different. I think it would be very difficult to go from a cheating device to not cheating. And I think if your cheat device is removed, if they find some way to change the system so that it doesn't work anymore, then rather than play the game legitimately, those people are probably more likely to just quit, just stop playing. RFM says, bye as a grandcat, going to get some sleep, had a great time. Well, thank you for coming along, Arv. I hope you all enjoyed yourself. John Layton says, it should be a 2-day event and only 5,000 cards should be given out. It'd be a lot better. I don't know how I feel about that. I think it should still be the top 10,000. I think 10,000 is a pretty good number for the number of people that actually play W Supercard. I think top 10,000 means that people can get their event cards without having to be right up there in the top few thousand. But I definitely would prefer if it wasn't a 4-day event, because 4 days, any way you look at it, whether it's Last Man Standing, whether it's Codebreaker, whether it's PCC, whatever, or Clash of Champions, 4 days is a long time. Austin Palmer says, yeah, I was working today, just tapping my phone. Yes, that is exactly what I was doing. That's why I decided to live stream it, because I thought, well, you guys enjoy watching me tap my phone, so why not? So we're going to wait until we get the actual Andrade event card. Once that comes through, we will do the free giveaway. And if it's taking a bit too long, then I'll just do the giveaway before I finish up the stream. So in the meantime, let's play some SummerSlam 24 Team Ring Domination. John Layton says, what event is your favourite? Mine is Codebreaker. Codebreaker is certainly up there. I actually prefer the single player events. See things like, yeah, like Giants Unleashed. Giants Unleashed is probably my favourite. What is this garbage that's going on here? What the hell is this about? Yeah. I think this comes from playing PCC the entire day. I think we're just going to have to close the game and reopen it. So we'll be back in just a second, folks. We're just going to pause the stream for just a few seconds. We'll be right back. And there we go. That didn't last too long. Literally the only reason for pausing the event was because I don't really want you guys seeing everything that is on my desktop. Well, not desktop, but phone desktop, homepage. All of my various different apps or anything. Also, I think I've got Discord up on the left, so whatever is written on there I didn't really want to be shown entirely on camera. Now let's see. Okay, that's a little bit better. It actually works this time. Let's put Roman Reigns down here. And Roman managed to win as well. Giants Unleashed is probably my favourite event. Codebreaker would probably be my favourite event if it wasn't a PvP event. I've been saying this for a while. I'd be significantly happy if W Supercards just took away the PvP stuff, because that would get rid of a lot of cheaters and just make everything single player. Just make it so that, you know, you grind out for, you know, you grind out for the game that you want. You do a set amount, you get the event card, you continue going, you grind out even more to get the heroic card, and you know, that's you. Because I don't know about you guys, but I personally don't. I've never felt the need to show off, like, oh, look, I got a card that's in the top 500, the top 300, the top 70, whatever, you know, especially considering the card doesn't last. I mean, I still have all of mine, but, you know, they don't do anything in later tiers. I'm just going to go into here because one of the things that we do in this team is we swap out our female so that it is the lowest ranked, and we keep the males the highest, and also swap out the supports as well. And what that does is it helps lower the strength of the deck without actually, yeah, you know what, I'll keep that there. It helps lower the strength of the deck without actually lowering what gets used in Team Ring Domination, because in Team Ring Domination you only use the males, so if you lower the females it allows you to drop your cards easier. So once we finish this Cody Rhodes card, we are going to drop down to the previous tier, which was, what before SummerSlam 24 again? Enigma? Yeah, we'll drop down to the Enigma card, and then from there, oh, that should be in the bottom, not at the top. Whoops. For some reason, I saw the yellow arrow and thought it was an up arrow. So that was a mistake on my part. That was rather silly of me. Wabadoo, children. Wabadoo, every one of us. If you can't win 9-0, then you just do whatever it is that gives you the fastest possible victory. There's a trick to ring domination that I'm not doing, and I don't know why I'm not doing it. But if you get a whole bunch of picks and then you clear out a majority of the board, then you've got less picks to choose from, so it becomes mildly easier to get the draft picks, which means you've got a higher chance of getting the shards. Nah, I had a really bad feeling that you were going to attack that one. Okay, now what? Good question. Gah, 50-50 chance of getting the 9-0 win. Of course, if you go 9-0 instead of 8-1 or whatever, then you get 5 picks as opposed to 4. Or if you're using pick doublers, then you would get 10 picks as opposed to 8. It does take a little while for the PCC cards to come through, or for any PvP event cards to come through. It's just because they're doing their checks, making sure that everyone is the points that they're supposed to be. Wow, 3 times. Had to win that match 3 times there. Rather ridiculously. And now it's not possible for us to go 9-0 anymore because we cannot beat that Zeri Woods that's down there. So instead, I will just try and make this as fast as possible. Now we have to still go through with the match. If anyone gets their PCC Andrade or Carmelo Hayes, do let me know in the chat. And I will go and check my inbox, or I'll try refreshing the page, refreshing the game, see if that makes it any happier. I mean, as long as you win 5-4, it doesn't matter about the rest of the matches. So see how I've only got 3 picks left there? That's what I would normally do. I would normally do that from either playing Royal Rumbles or through playing War Games or whatever, and I would try and get myself down to a low number of picks so that the next game of Ring Domination that I play, I'm guaranteed to get a shard. But I was just playing there just for the sake of it. You see that James is already up to 5 shards. Oh my goodness. Bossman has a shard. Tao Nord has a shard. Kingslayer and Ioska both have 4 shards each. Large part of Ring Domination is also luck. But you can manipulate that luck to be a little bit better. To be a little bit more in your favour. Apparently I have a new message. No, it's just a team request. Also, shout outs to everyone who'd sent me messages. There's all your names there. Let's take a quick look at Battle Pass, actually. Oh, well, this could be fun. Alright, chat, are you ready to try and... James says just waiting on free bouts now. Are you guys ready in chat to try and get anything good off of the rare to draft pick? Let's go ahead and claim these. We have a rare to draft pick here. This one is 2 more rare to draft picks. And then we also have 2 more rare to draft picks down here. Let's go ahead and claim these as well. Nothing of helpfulness there. And we're only 2 levels away from getting our Macho Man Pro. So let's see here. We have 5 of these rare to draft picks. So the order of which it will go is the top rope are 1, 2, 3, and 4. Then it goes 5. Then 6 gets skipped. So 6 is now over here. Then this one is 7. This is 8, 9, 10, 11. And then 12, 13, 14, and 15. Whatever number someone puts up in the chat first will be the first one that I will go for. So I want to see a number between 1 and 15, chat. Let's see how lucky you are. Let's see if the chat can do it for us. 13. Okay, so 15, 14, 13 is here. True Hulkster also says 13. That's weird that you both picked the same one. So let's try it. Unfortunately, a mere WrestleMania 40 solo Sokoa. Alright, so it's now a number between 1 and 14, folks. Let's see if you guys can get anything. Let's see if you guys can be lucky enough to grab something out of these last remaining 14 rare to draft picks. Whoever puts up a number first will be the one that I will go for. Austin Scratcher says 9. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9 is this one here. There's a Thea Hale, an Enigma Thea Hale. Alright, I like how you're all going for this column here. You want to finish the column off, it's number 2. James says 2, okay, well, there we go. We went through the entire column now. And it was WrestleMania 40 W Universe. So we have 2 picks remaining. So it now goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. The True Hulkster says number 12 itself. Okay. Bottom right corner. We got a Enigma, Angelo Dawkins. And we have one last pick to go for. Number between 1 and 11, folks. Austin Cratcher says 7. So let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Number 7 is this one over here. And unfortunately, it was a WrestleMania 40 Roxanne Perez. Out of 5 picks, we did not manage to pull a rarity draft pick or a revival. We don't need any of these, so we can dust these, and that might give us a chance of getting... Oh, we're very close to another rare draft pick there. We do have this, though. Oh, I see that I have an exclamation mark here. Is it the rewards? Nope. No, it's Cream Pie has messaged me. I cannot read messages while I am live streaming. Who knows what you could be saying? Could be giving out personal details. And if you are sending me your credit card details, then I want to be the only one that can look into it and extract as much money as I want, rather than letting everyone in the entire Grand Fleet have access to that credit card information. Also, you shouldn't send your credit card information. That's a horrible, horrible idea. Not even to me. James laughs. He's putting up with the laugh reaction emojis. Oh my goodness. Lost the ability to speak for a second there. Now, let's take a look at our recent cards. And combinable, eh? Let's see what 46 does. Complete. We can now go ahead and claim that one. And the other Maxine, we can't put her in because she has her 100 matches getting trained up. So instead, we'll just do this the old-fashioned way. There we go, that's a little bit better. Solar Kennedy says, hey, it's Cream Pie, I got my phone now. I was asking about joining your team after Team Ring Domination. If only you had been on the live stream earlier, you would be able to get into the team before Team Ring Domination, and you would have got yourself a guaranteed American Nightmare Cody Rhodes SummerSlam 24 card. But I'm sure you'll be able to join the team after Team Ring Domination, and in order to do so, all you have to do is click in the description of this video. You will find a link to my Discord server. Go in there and say, hi, I'm a fan of the Grand Cat, and I would like to join your team. And someone in the Discord server will get you onto Team Soul Lord Order 2. It will not be me, I am not the one that does that. But it will be someone on there, and that is how you get to join the team. So what you're saying is you didn't send me your credit card information. Very rude. I was expecting a free credit card full of monies. No, I genuinely, I would never expect anything as ridiculous as that. Although, Solar Kennedy says, is it okay if I'm only Enigma, or do I need to be SummerSlam 24? No, you can be Enigma tier. We will get you those SummerSlam 24 cards. We will get you ranked up. No problem. No worries. James puts up the laugh reactions. Solar Kennedy says, nah, I can check. There's nothing bad. Even though you say that, I cannot check because I cannot guarantee that it is not something that... I mean, it could be some personal information, or it could be something horrible that you're trying to say to try and get the stream demonetized or such. So, no, unfortunately, I cannot check your messages while I'm live. There we go. We managed to finally find a shard, and might I say, about damn time. But if anyone does have any spare monies that they are willing to part with, you can always give a... what is it called? A super chat? Yes. A super chat or a super stickers by gifting a little... I'm not sure how much it costs, but you can gift some money to the Grand Cat while he's doing live streams. It would be very much appreciated. You can also get yourself a paid subscription if you want to check out some of those wonderful little videos that I was mentioning earlier. There is over 100 of them. So it kind of says, nah, I can tell you what it says. All it says is, hey, I was wondering if I could join your team after team ring domination. So it kind of then says, and it says, I'm active and I was watching on my TV. So I think it's 15,000 that we need to get the Pro Macho Man. And we're currently at just over 12,000, so we're about 3,000 points away from getting the Pro Macho Man. Oh, yeah. There he is, indeed. James says, check your account rewards now. Okay, it has not yet came through, but let's click out and go back in, because sometimes this is what's required to make it show up. Nope, it is not. Alright, against my better judgment, I'm going to very quickly click on this cream pie, just to remove that little mark there. Yeah, James says, I got mines. Let's see, whereabouts was James ranked? Maybe because James had a higher ranking than what I did. So it says here that I'm ranked 1,445, and James is 1,187. So it could be that they are rolling them out in terms of from the top downwards. So we might get our event card in just a few seconds. In the meantime, I'm going to very quickly show you my down arrows. So there you can see that my down arrows are double heroic Brawn Breaker. No, you're not. You're a right arrow. Lying to me. Our down arrows are the double heroic Bronson Reed, our fortified 1 CM Punk at the moment, our fortified 2 M Bison, and our fusion Kevin Owens, which are both significantly more powerful than the fortified 3 Damien Priest and the fortified 1 American Nightmare Cody Rhodes. However, the reason I want to keep the Cody Rhodes is if we look at these, the Tsunami has a trigger rating of 30%, GTS 30%, M. Bison, a mere 10% for the Cycle Crusher. Kevin Owens, 40% for the Stunner, which is a little bit better. Damian Priest has a 30% chance of hitting the Reckoning, but if we go to Cody Rhodes, 80% chance of the Crossroads, which gives an extra 249 to toughness and charisma, and that extra 249 would actually surpass him up to, like, the charisma beats Kevin Owens. It's certainly up there with M. Bison. It wouldn't beat CM Punk, but reasons like this is why I'm kind of keeping that Cody Rhodes around. So it is very interesting. Okay, we've got another exclamation mark up here. And there we go. We have got the People's Champion rewards. So let's go ahead and claim this one first. Okay, I'm going to screenshot that. And let's go ahead and claim. So we got 1,000 credits. And another rare to draft pick. I forgot we got another rare to draft pick. Which means, chat, you get one more chance to redeem yourselves. And the People's Champion rewards. There we go. Let's go ahead and claim that one. I'm going to screenshot that as well, because that's the more important one with the actual reward card here. Let's go ahead and claim. And there we go. I'm going to move this down to the bottom here. And I'm going to get a screenshot of big old Andrade as well. There we go. And he has been locked down. And okay, chat, I think it's between 1 and 10. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. That is how it goes. So the first number to come up will be the one that I go for. Give me a number between 1 and 10, chat. And let's see if you guys are lucky enough to grab something. You have a 1 in 10 chance of grabbing a SummerSlam 24 card. Let's see what you have to say, chat. I will sit here and wait for the chat to decide. I am sure they're giving it a lot of thought. I also think there's probably a lot of people that are watching on their TVs and unable to actually chat in the live chat. Okay, G-Man the Best says number 3. So that's the one we're going to go with. And it was a WrestleMania 40 Xavier Woods. So from 6 rare draft picks, we did not manage to pull a SummerSlam 24 card. Let's go ahead and just dust that. Okay. We have one last rarity draft pick. Solo Kennedy says rewards are in. They are indeed. I have just recorded grabbing them. So we have one last chance, chat. Number between 1 and 9. Go ahead and try it. The first number I see will be the number that I go for. Solo Kennedy says 6. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 6 is this one. And we got an Enigma Austin Theory. G-Man Best says 5, but unfortunately you're just a little bit too late there. And we're just going to go ahead and dust that Austin Theory. We do not need them. And there we go. Okay, so we have our brand new card. There he is. There's our big old Andrade himself. And what is his rank? This doesn't have a number on it. There's no number. What? Oh my goodness. Why is there no number on him? Whoa. Yo. Are you guys seeing this? This is a PvP event card. I was ranked 1,445 and this Andrade doesn't have a number on him. He's unnumbered. Is everyone's event card unnumbered? Yo, that seems like a mistake. James says, wow, yes, just checked, no number. James, is your Andrade the exact same stats as mine? 1,559 in toughness, 1,863 in charisma, 1,959 in power, and 2,084 in speed? Solar Kennedy says, mine is. Did everyone just get the exact same card? And Solar Kennedy says, mine is 7,543. Did everyone that was in the top 10,000 just get the exact same Andrade? Oh my goodness. Imagine if you paid all of that money for the pick doubler, for the point doublers, to try and get into the top 100 or the top 10 or even to come number 1, and you get the exact same card as the person that just scraped into the top 10,000. James says, no, I leveled mine up already, so it's different stats. You can still find out your card's level. Let me show you. See, if you go to your card's level and you click this little arrow button here, that will show you what the card's stats are when they're level 0 with nothing on them. So if you can do that for me and see if the stats are the same as this Andrade, I'll leave it up for you. Austin's Scratcher says, I got the same as yours. James says, oh, let me check. I think everyone just got the exact same Andrade card. Solar Kennedy says mine was the same stats. Wow. And I was ranked 7,543. Now, the question here, folks, is... Well, Solar Kennedy says it's got to be a bug. Is it a bug, or is it a feature? Is W Supercard saying that everyone that gets to the top 10,000 will just get the exact same card from now on? John Layton says, I finished 3001 and got the same card as you. Solar Kennedy says, or tell him to give me free packs. True Hawkster says, feature, calling it. I feel like if this was a feature, they would have announced it ahead of time that everyone in the top 10,000 gets the exact same card. I am willing to bet there is going to be a tremendous backlash towards Cat Daddy for this. The thing is, I would have been fine with this. Whoa, really? John Layton says my friend picked Carmelo and got Andrade. So, even if you pick Carmelo, if you're in the top 10,000, you still get the Andrade card because Andrade won? No way. Solar Kennedy says they only have Andrade out. Could you imagine if you grinded... Like, because if we take a look here, if we take a look at this Carmelo, right? Sure, Andrade has 5.9 million wins, but Carmelo Hayes has 2.4 million wins. That means that there was a lot of people that wanted a Carmelo Hayes, and they've grinded their way up through this PCC event, and they've got the card that they didn't want because the other guy won. Oh, that's horrible. What I really want to see now is if people who are ranked lower than 10,000 got the Andrade as well. Like, did everyone just get the Andrade? I would love to see Future Royalty, who got 0 points in this event, like, check their rewards and get an Andrade from it. Solar Kennedy says, man, just give me 3 platinum packs and we'll call it even. James says, yeah, I PCC'd Carmelo and got Andrade. Man is here says, I still haven't got my rewards yet. This has to be in there with, like, the top 5 screw-ups of Cat Daddy. John Layton says, this is crazy. It is crazy. That's astonishing. I have never... Like, right. If it was a feature, if it was planned that everyone in the top 10,000 all got the exact same card, and you would only get the card of whoever won the PCC, they should have announced that beforehand. The fact they didn't announce it beforehand makes me think that this is a mistake. But it makes me think that this is a mistake that they're going to spin it and say that, no, we always intended that the top 10,000 people would get the exact same card, that it wouldn't have the number on it, despite the fact that you can quite clearly see here that, well, once it scrolls over, you can quite clearly see that it says your rank is 1,445. Why would it say your rank like that if it wasn't going to give you a ranked card? Like, you can actually see the space here. There's the space for the number. There's the little arrow, right? Because if we compare this, let's go ahead and just go to mail up arrows. Ah, this is the first event up card. Okay. Right. So if we compare this Bronson Reed, so although this is a double heroic Bronson Reed, but you can see that there's no little arrow there for where the number should be, and yet on Andrade, there it's there, and it's not, it doesn't have anything on it. James says, yep, it seems like we got the same stats. The man is here, 222 says, countering the bots. The True Oxer says, this is the second to only time they deleted the core files. Yeah. Solar Kennedy says, I grinded for that number, and Solar Kennedy seems to be quite annoyed by it. Honestly, I think I'm okay with it if this is what they're going to do going forward, because this is what I want. See, like, right, let's take a look at Odyssey Jones here. Odyssey Jones, I think, is left arrow? Yes. So my left arrow Odyssey Jones was ranked 8,363, and he is weaker than my Fusion Tamatonga. So an event card is weaker than a Fusion card, which is crazy. It's ludicrous, right? But if going forward, like, everyone all gets the exact same... Sorry, it's up arrow, not down arrow. If everyone all gets the exact same card, instead of everyone in the bottom 5,000 getting the event card but it being a crappy version, like, whether you're ranked number 1 or whether you're ranked number 10,000, everyone gets the exact same card, I would be fine with it. I just think they should have announced it before the event, rather than letting people find it as a surprise, because this isn't a surprise like, you know, you find a present in your Christmas stocking on a Christmas morning. This is a surprise that your cat will leave you in your slipper, and you're like, ugh. That is the kind of surprise that we have going here. I think this is terrible. I think if they have announced it somewhere, they announced it quietly, because they didn't make a big deal about it, and I think this is a mistake. I genuinely think this is a mistake. But I would be very, very happy if going forward, all you have to do is... Because, see, if it's a case of everyone in the top 10,000 all gets the event card, I won't grind as hard to try and get into that top 1,000 or top 100 or whatever, I will just be happy to just get into top 6,000, top 7,000, just to make sure that I get the event card. And it means that people that are cheating, people that are using these bots and things, aren't getting rewarded with a card with like a high ranking number on it either. So it counteracts that. I think it's a good idea. I'm actually for it, as opposed to against it. I just think that it feels like a scam that you didn't let the people know that are playing that this is what was happening beforehand. Because I was happily ranked in the top 2,500 this morning. I could have went the entire day without playing PCC and I'd have still got this exact same event card. But instead, I played the entire day and grinded the last hour out on camera and still got the exact same card as people that are 5,000 ranks below me. And I think that is a little bit scammy. I think that's not in the favour of the game. I think you're going to have more people annoyed at Cat Daddy and annoyed at W Supercard than you are going to be praising them for this decision. I think they should have announced it beforehand. And I think they should have warned people, like, look, everyone in the top 10,000 is going to get the exact same card. And I suspect, I mean, I've not checked, obviously. I mean, you guys can see my screen. I've not checked their Discord yet, but I suspect that the Discord will probably be on fire with a lot of people shouting and complaining, particularly people that got into the top 100 about getting the exact same card as people in the top 10,000. So I think they have screwed up here. Let's just go ahead and use this Demon Priest. And there we go. They're at level 100 without his matches and without his variants. He has, from weakest to strongest, 3,118 in toughness, 3,726 in charisma, 3,918 in power, and a whopping 4,168 in speed. I also think it's a little bit crazy that the people that picked Carmelo Hayes still get an Andrade card, even though they wanted Carmelo Hayes. Now, I'm not that fussed between Andrade and Carmelo Hayes, but I imagine if I was a big Carmelo Hayes fan and Carmelo Hayes was my favourite wrestler, and I didn't really care about the Speed Championship or Andrade or what Andrade did before he went to AEW or AEW Andrade or when he came back, that I would be very, very annoyed that I got the wrong card. Tess is scared says rank 57 for nothing. Now, if I was Tess, I would be annoyed. I would be taking some severe umbrage with W Supercard because thankfully I played PCC for free. I didn't use any pick doublers at all in the entire event. But Tess is scared says, I am 50,000 credits screwed out of 50,000 credits to try and get that ranked event card. And this is what I'm saying. You can see this little area here where the number should be. I'm just going to go ahead and screenshot that. There we go. And it isn't there. With the heroic cards, with the double heroic cards and everything, it doesn't have this little arrow that sticks out here. I think this is a mistake, and I think if it was a feature, they should have mentioned it ahead of times. Solar Kennedy says, I think every 1,000 should get a different card. Like 1 to 1,000 gets one card, 1,001 to 2,000 gets a different one. Well, Tez is scared says, my Silver Star Bronson Reed is better than him. Wow. Wow, that's pretty bad. Let's go ahead and see. Let's check all of our male SummerSlam 24 cards and whereabouts So Andrade currently is actually weaker than my 8,336 Odyssey Jones. But he is currently better than the Fortified 2 Rey Mysterio. Wow. You see, right, with this Odyssey Jones, you can see there's the little arrow there, and you see it says 8,363, and there's the Andrade, and you can see the arrow, but it doesn't have anything listed on it. But if we compare this to Braun Breaker or to Bronson Reed, neither of them have the little arrow sticking out here. They just have the event card. I genuinely think this is a mistake. And I think Cat Daddy really needs to do something about this. I don't know what they need to do about it. But I think sitting there not doing anything is not the answer, is not the solution to this problem. See, that's what I wanted. I wanted this image of him holding the skull mask in his hand, because I thought that would look very cool. And that's the reason that I went for Andrade over Carmelo Hayes. I think I prefer this one to him holding the skull mask, as opposed to the other one. But you can see there, like, in terms of my males, it isn't even in my top 12. It is currently my 14th best card. And once I get this Pro Macho Man Randy Savage, that will surpass that Andrade. That is crazy. Let's take a look at my up arrows. So I mean, he is currently my 4th best up arrow. If this Andrade doesn't surpass this Logan Paul, then when I get this Pro Macho Man, this will be my 5th best up arrow, and therefore will be an up arrow that I do not need. And that is crazy. Oh, that's interesting. James, right, okay, there's a couple of messages here, but I want to focus on this one from James. James says, the hashtag number showed up on my card now. So the number showed up, right? So let me just take a screenshot of this here, because that there is the numbers for my Andrade. And we're going to exit out, and we're going to go back in and see if the number shows up. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to take note of my stats. So it's 3918, 3118, 4168, and 3726. Okay, so that is the stats. Let's go back out of here. And we'll head back in. And we'll see if the number comes up and if those stats change. There we go. The number has now shown up. And the stats are worse. Instead of having 3,918 in power, he now has 3,632. Instead of having 3,118 in toughness, he now has 2,890. Instead of having 4,168 in speed, he now only has 3,864. And instead of having 3,726 in charisma, he now only has 3,454. So the stats actually went down, making this a somehow worse card than it was previously. Solar Kennedy says, I don't care, I got my number. Tez is scared, says my 57 is there. Tez, I want to know, did your stats increase or decrease? Let's go ahead and take a look at male all once again now. There you see, he is now actually weaker than not only the fortified 2 Rey Mysterio, but a fortified 1 American Nightmare Cody Rhodes is actually stronger than this ranked 1445 Andrade. Are you serious? Really? That's really, really bad. Teza Scared says it increased. I'm willing to bet that W Supercard intended for everyone to get the exact same card the way that it was beforehand, and then when they saw the backlash over the past hour after the event finished, that they changed it and updated it to give everyone their ranked cards and change the stats on everything instead. John Layton says, got to be the worst event card of all time, surely. It's certainly up there. It certainly seems like the fact that this is ranked 1445 is actually weaker than Odyssey Jones is 8,363. I know that Odyssey Jones has 100 matches and 10 variants, but the point is still that this, like, his toughness is less than 3,000. Like, there isn't a single stat here in Odyssey Jones that's less than 3,000. That's really, really bad, Cat Daddy. That is shockingly, shockingly bad. Teza Scared says, I've had a rank 9,900 area card. I don't know what an area card is. That was bad. Yeah, but we're not talking about. I mean, obviously, if you were to somehow get rank number 9,999, it would be the worst of that event card's tier. But I mean, what we're talking about is that this ranked 8,363 is weaker than just a regular fusion card, and this 1445 is actually weaker than a regular fortified 1 Cody Rhodes. That's pretty abysmal. I mean, if this was a rank 9,000 Andrade, I would be more inclined to agree with those numbers for him to be lower ranked than Odyssey Jones and such, but for 1445, that seems pretty bad. What I will say is, if you guys are not happy with W Supercard, to let them know. To send them a message. Hyper or Hype BNV or Hype BVND S420 says, y'all should have picked Carmelo. It's not a case of you should have picked Carmelo. It's a case that if you picked Carmelo, you should have been allowed to get your event Carmelo card instead of being given the Andrade card, because that's what you should have had. Hype says facts. Yeah. It's not a case of blaming the rest of the people for choosing the card that they want. It's a case of blaming Cat Daddy for not giving you the prize that you worked for and that you earned. You know, make sure you know who your enemy is. Your enemy is not the other players of this game. It is the game itself. And if you're not happy with Cat Daddy, you need to let them know, because if you don't say anything, this will become the norm. If you guys are happy with this, then that's fine. This is what you're going to get every single event. But if you're not happy with this, let Cat Daddy know right now. Otherwise, this is what you're going to get for the end of time. That's what it is. Soul Kenny says, I feel like it's still bugged and they are just trying to fix it. Soul Kenny says, mine was I wanted Carmelo, but I also wanted to get 1,000 credits. I don't know what Cat Daddy does to fix this, but I can already see from my chat that people are not happy, and there are bigger streamers out there, and I would love to know their reactions of them and their chats, and I would love to see what the W Supercard Discord server looks like at the moment, because the thing is, when everyone all had the same card, I wasn't that bothered by it. I was kind of fine. I just think the W Supercard should have announced it beforehand, but then they updated it, and now everyone seemingly that's ranked 1,000 or less has lower status than they had when they upgraded their card earlier. Paul James says, hi, Grand Cat, I'm Skullcrusher. Hello, Skullcrusher. Welcome to the chat. Well, unlike Cat Daddy, I'm a grand cat of my word, and I am going to give you the free giveaway that I did indeed promise. So we are going to gift 5 free paid subscription services to the Grand Cat channel, and you will have access to over 100 paid exclusive videos that you can all enjoy. You'll also get access to little emojis and gifts that are exclusive to people that are on the Grand Cat subscription service. And we are going to gift 5 of these right now. To make sure that you have a chance of getting these, you need to make sure that your gifts are enabled. Otherwise, you won't be able to get the chance of actually gaining these gifts. So, I'm going to gift these out, and let's see who the 5 lucky winners are of today's little stream. And they are Ninja Master 06, the Tribal Chief, Austin Scratcher, Cotton Cloud Mark, and Tricia Ann Newbury have all been gifted a membership by the Grand Cat. Congratulations to all 5 of you. And Austin Scratcher, I saw him in the chat a little bit earlier, so I think he might be around somewhere. Or maybe he's left, maybe he's went to sleep, and maybe he'll wake up with that as a wonderful little prize in his inbox tomorrow morning. But there we go, folks. Once again, if you're not happy with Cat Daddy, make sure that you let them know. Message them however you want to do so. Whether you do it through help, whether you go into the Discord server, whether you complain through that. Let them know if you're unhappy. If you are happy, you don't need to do anything. If you are satisfied with the way that this event went down, then, you know, everything's fine, everything's good. But if you're unhappy, then make sure to make your voice heard. Make sure that Cat Daddy is made aware of it, and then we will see if Cat Daddy becomes better in the future. Also, why is this? Let's see here. John Layton says, I spent my 400 of the 1,000 credits on a 400 pack and not got the new lift card. Oh, I completely forgot that there was a new lift card, actually. Let me just go out and then go back in. And let's take a quick look over here at the store. Okay, so this is the new lift card. Now that's actually a really nice looking lift card. Although the problem I have with this is that it's still 8,550 to get one, and you will need a pro of it. But on the plus side, you will be able to probably get one from this, the All Lived Up pack. Oh, we can actually use these as well. So we can't get the first 2 packs, but we do have the 14 month and inaugural. So this is just a random SummerSlam 24 card. And this one has a bonus chance of getting a CM Punk and 2 of the following. And then the rest are draft picks and super coins. So rather than having just another regular SummerSlam 24 card, I think I'm more inclined to try and get a chance of pulling another CM Punk. So let's go for the 30 pack. And Alexa Bliss. And we got a CM Punk out of it. My goodness. That was actually really, really good. That was very, very cool. And then we still have 25 of these. So do I want to get all of those in super coins, or do I want to get draft picks? Let's see, what is 25 times 20? 500 super coins. Yeah, I might do that, but it'll take a while. But in the meantime, let's go ahead and fortify our Charles Montgomery Punk, the Chig Magnet himself. And there we are. And of course, I'll get him trained up to Fortified 2 right now. Let's put him into the Performance Center. And let's see what the stats of our Fortified 2 CM Punk turn into. Okay, well, it will take another 2 hours and 34 minutes. I'm not willing to waste any more cards to level him up, but I'm sure that I don't think his position will change. I think he'll still be stronger than the M. Bison, but he'll still be weaker than the double heroic Brawn Breaker. That's what I suspect. But there we go, folks. That's going to be it for this little video. I really hope that you've all enjoyed this little live stream. So we went from having, oh my goodness, this is still blurred. Sometimes going out and going back in will fix it. It brings in the higher quality image. No, okay, it's determined. It's determined to set that way. So that's going to be it for this video. So we went from having a event ranked card that wasn't ranked and everyone all had the exact same stats to getting the numbers and the card actually becoming weaker. And my card became weaker at rank 1445. So I suspect that anyone under that rank of 1400 will also have had their stats reduced. We did find out that Tess in the chat managed to get into the top 50, or the top 60 even, and their stats increased. But is it worth it? I do not know. And once again, if you guys aren't happy, do make sure to let Cat Daddy know, because I think this is one of those things that Cat Daddy really needs to hear the opinion of not only the Grand Cat Grand Fleet, but everyone in W Supercard that played in this event. And their opinions need to be heard. Undead Ken 99 says hello. Hello, welcome Ken. You have just tuned in right to the very, very end of this live stream. And that is going to be it for this little video, folks. I really hope you all enjoyed. And if you did enjoy it, please give me a like, share, and subscribe. And if you are subscribed, make sure you click that notification icon so you can see when more of these glorious little videos go out. And we shall see you all in the next video. Goodbye, everybody.